What was the first sneaker that you played ball with?
Oh no, the taxis. The taxis was the very first basketball. I didn't even see those in the middle. That's crazy.
What's good, world? This is Max Recitar from SLAMKicks. Welcome to Sneaker GM, powered by eBay. I'm here with 12-year WNBA vet and the certified sneaker queen, Ty Young. Ty, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. It's great to be here with my guy Max.
Awesome. So everything that you're about to see, Ty, on Sneaker GM is all available on eBay. Everything is backed 100% by their authenticity guarantee, and all purchases are available without any fees. But Ty, before we get into the draft, I want to ask you a question because you have such a vast knowledge of sneakers. And I think that sneakers are such a personal thing, right? So what do sneakers mean to you? For some people, it's art. Some people, it's collectible. Some people, it's memories. So for yourself, what do sneakers mean for you?
Sneakers for me are definitely memories. A lot of the sneakers that I have or that I try to get now symbolize something that's, sentimental to me back in the day, or someone that I idolized or looked up to was rocking. So I'm more of an OG type sneakerhead. A lot of the new sneakers I probably don't keep up as well like I used to in the past.
So let's jump into the draft. The first round here, we got the starters. And off the bat, Ty, do you see anything that you would knock out immediately?
Probably the Converse Common Plays. I knock out.
Why is that?
Because like I said, I'm an OG, so I will go with the OG style versus the new style.
So what about anything that jumps out to you off the page?
The white and black silhouette is like a favorite. You can't never go wrong with a white and black silhouette. All-Star, the Shaqs, so definitely will pick those.
So the first pick of the first round is the Reebok Shaqnosis. Todd, before we hit the second round, I'm wondering how often do you find yourself on eBay searching for rare sneakers?
All the time. I've been shopping on eBay since I was in college. And even now, like lately I've been on there looking for new Reeboks. Since I signed with Reebok, I'm trying to get some exclusives. And eBay is always the place to go to for me when I'm trying to get some shoes that had came out in the past, that someone's probably selling on there trying to get rid of.
All right, Ty, let's hit up the second round of the draft. Off top, you see anything that stands out?
The Kobe's, the Venice Beach.
I know you played in those a few times.
Yeah, I rocked those last year, year before last, a few times. Super comfortable shoe, and RIP Kobe. Though that colorway just definitely just stood out automatically.
Is there anything else you would pick before that, maybe?
The Kamikazes or the DMX Reeboks, the Iversons. Those, I actually was on eBay looking for a pair of those, and I couldn't find them in my size.
Ty, we got a few different Reeboks right here. We got the Cardis, we got the Kamikazes, the Toy Stories, the Original Answers. What should people know about Reebok that they maybe don't understand?
Reeboks are actually comfortable. This year was my first time actually hooping in a pair of Reeboks. I never hooped in them. I always, wore them off the court. And what you're going to get a different feel when you're wearing something off the court and when you're playing ball in them. So if I put on a sneaker and it's comfortable on the court, then it's a guarantee for me. Especially as I get older, I'm looking for shoes that are more comfortable. And Reeboks are, more for the culture. You think about Reeboks, you automatically think about Iverson. But now you got Cardi B with her sneaker. You got the Kamikazes for Sean. You got, the Shaqs. So it's elite athletes that was rocking Reeboks as well.
All right, so which pick are you going to make in round two?
I'm going with the Reebok Iversons at the bottom, the DMX versions.
So through two rounds, Ty, you have the Reebok Shaqnosis and the Reebok The Original Answer. And before we move on to the third round, what do you think about the sneaker game right now? If you could assess the game where it's at, Instagram and YouTube and everything, and just being in person with sneakers, what do you think about the game overall?
I think the game has changed tremendously because of social media. I think people who were not sneakerheads are now becoming it because it's like a cool thing to do, with, like I said, social media now. So it's making it tougher to get kicks, it's making people want to have more exclusive kits so they can stand out. So I think it's becoming, like it's a trend. It's like the cool thing to do, instead of it being for the love of sneakers like it was back in the day.
I'm wondering if there's a part of you that thinks that it might be a good thing, right? Because recently you gave back to Stand Up for Kids. You gifted them different pairs, and that's a way to introduce people to sneakers, people that maybe will jump onto the trend. Do you think that there is still some hope for the sneaker game?
Oh no, it's definitely, a good thing as well, like you said, with giving back, because there are kids who can't, afford sneakers. For me as a kid, my parents couldn't afford the sneakers that I wanted. I would have to get sneakers down for my siblings or just wait for a holiday. So for me, being able to give back and help other kids that I know want sneakers, because like I said, it's a cool thing. So if you're in school and your sneakers are not, up to par, there are going to be kids that's, picking on you. So being in a position to help these kids, be cool with new sneakers, it's always a great thing too.
That's beautiful. And speaking of having a little bit of money to spend, when you finally do make it to the W, do you remember the first pair that you bought with the WNBA check?
I can't think of the first pair that I bought when I got my check. I just know it was multiple pairs. I never just went and just bought one pair. I was buying multiple pairs. I'm like, I got a little cash now. I'm not just getting one pair of sneakers. So I'm sure it was multiple pairs.
Got you. Let's jump into the third round. This is the classics round. You got some pairs on here that have really made a name for themselves throughout basketball history. So what do you see here?
The penny stood out because I rocked those in college. So it kind of like threw me back as soon as I like looked at the chart to those.
Shout out to JMU. Anything else popping up?
The Reebok Classic C 85, those are like my favorite all time, just to wear any day with any fit Reebok. So definitely go with those.
So you're saying the pick is in?
Yeah.
The pick is in. Got it. Okay. So the third round is going to the Club C's, the 85s.
Definitely.
As you said, sneakers it's a personal thing, right? It's a lot of memories connected to footwear. Have you learned anything about yourself through your sneaker collection?
Definitely. Just like I said, I'm an OG type. So a lot of the new kicks I probably had and got rid of, or I don't hold them to like I do my old kicks that have sentimental value to me, or just kicks that I, remember growing up. So like you said, a lot of those Travis Scotts and those collabs like that, I don't have, a lot of those either. I'm not crazy about those. So I feel definitely the same.
Is there a pair of Reeboks that you can look at and just have like instant memory come back into your head?
Yeah, the Reebok Classics. Those are like the sneakers. I actually did an interview yesterday and I'm like, these are the sneakers that my mother would buy me as a kid because they were affordable, and it instantly became a favorite. So even now today, those are one of my favorites too, aside from the C85s. The regular classics are all-time favorite. I remember using shoe polish on them to, get them back clean to the point where it was so much shoe polish they started cracking.
Let's hit up the next round. So we got some heavy hitters here. And I know there's at least one pair that's gonna remind you of childhood. If you could let the
Grant Hills, you already know. So those are the first pair of sneakers my mother ever bought me. Were the Grant Hills in '95. I got them for Christmas.
Shout out to Tupac as well.
Yes, definitely. I'm a big Tupac fan, so I have plenty of pictures of Tupac in those Feli's as well. The Kobe Reebok Iversons, the Laker colorway was trying to get Kobe to sign with Reebok. The OG D Brown pumps, those two, definitely.
All right, so we got something from your childhood. We got something from teenage years. We got some new ones also. Which pair are you gonna go with for the fourth round?
I'm gonna have to go with the OG pumps. I wasn't able to get those back in the day. I got them now, of course. So I'm gonna go with the OG pumps.
before we get into the final round, what has been the biggest shift that you've seen in the sneaker industry? Whether it's through marketing or technology or just overall fandom. When you think back to getting the Grant Hills or getting some Reebok Classics, think back to that moment and now to this moment, what do you think has been the biggest shift?
I think now they're actually starting to cater to women a little more. You see brands not only, trying to make more women's sneakers, but make women clothing to go with it as well. Promoting more women, signing more women, and I think that's a huge thing. And because there are plenty of women that are sneakerheads, and they don't get the notoriety or they don't get the love like the guys do. So that has been a change that I've seen in the sneaker game, and I think is a tremendous change for us.
All right, Ty, here we go. The last round, the Grails round. You're gonna see some stuff in here from childhoods. You're also gonna see some newer stuff. Anything jump off the page?
The Concords was my all-time favorite. Those were the second hoop shoe that I got. And definitely the original Reebok Iverson colorway, the white and red, those are our favorite too.
Okay, so before we get your final pick, firstly, what was the first sneaker that you played ball with?
Oh no, the Taxis. The Taxis was the very first basketball. I didn't even see those in the middle. That's crazy. So those were the very first sneakers I had when I played for the Girls Inc. And I remember I had the black laces with the white specs in them. And then I got the Concords in the 9th grade. And those were like my all-time favorite. Yeah.
So you got 3 right here, right?
Yeah.
The most iconic Iverson. And then you have the 2 sneakers that really started it all for you.
Yeah.
For the 5th round of the draft, for your final pick, what's the final sneaker?
This is a crazy round. You got the swoops up there. This is a crazy round. You know me though, bot game. I'm going with the Iversons.
All right, so before we recap your team, Ty, my final question for you. Which pair, out of everything you own, I don't even know how many you're up to, but which pair means the most to you personally, represents the biggest memory to you?
Probably the Grant Hills, just because that was the first pair of sneakers that my mother bought me, and I knew how much she disliked paying money for sneakers, but she knew how bad I wanted them, and it was one of my Christmas gifts, so that's probably the most memorable and prized possession as far as like sneakers for me. I kind of get like a little soft when it comes to it. I'm definitely a mommy's girl, and to know the sacrifices that she made for me. And that Christmas, I didn't get a lot of gifts, but I got those, and it meant everything to me.
Through 5 rounds, the WNBA Sneaker Queen, all Bach everything. And just as a reminder, everything that you saw in Sneaker GM is available on eBay, 100% backed by their authenticity guarantee, and all purchases are available without fees. Ty, thank you again for chopping it up with us on Sneaker GM. Appreciate all the time.
Thanks for having me.